Morning. I got about 4 hours of sleep last night. I woke up at 10 o'clock and I slept around 6. And the entire night I couldn't sleep. I was having so much anxiety. I was going through all these listings and Reddit and all that. And then my agent called me in the morning and he's like, hey, listen, we gotta get real here. I think the only thing we can do is pay a lot of the rent up front. So we're talking, if it's a $2,000 place, I've got to pay 8 months to almost maybe even the whole year up front. So that's like 20 grand or whatever. I can, but to pull money out of my investments where I mostly keep my net worth and put it into rent up front just does not seem like a good idea. Anyway, so all those thoughts are running into my head the moment I wake up, and now I have a few calls lined up ahead of me. So I'm gonna try to not think about that, get down on these calls and talk to some people, and hopefully the day progresses a little bit easier. But I know today is going to be a mental health day for me. I need some time off after that. Maybe go to the gym, relax, no social media, log out of it, and kind of recover a little bit. So one piece of good news, I went on Reddit and on the Toronto group, I just asked, hey, what can I do to make my application more appealing for people? Because I want to collect feedback, and a lot of landlords are commenting saying, hey, you know what, if I was in another landlord situation, I'd do the same thing, because I need to know if your business is going to fluctuate, if you're going to be able to pay rent on time. And I'm not one to blame the world for my challenges, I don't want to say, oh, everyone's against me and all that. No, I get it. So a lot of people read it, and I commented, and I took full ownership. I said, yeah, I understand there's so many challenges in my application, and I'm just wondering what I can do to improve. And a lot of people saw that, and they reached out to me on Reddit saying, hey, I've got a place, I think it's going to be okay, even if you're self-employed. Sent me a couple of links. So just asking for help sometimes, or asking for advice sometimes, without pushing your agenda onto the world, without telling everyone, or without complaining about things, you never know what's going to happen. So a couple of people reached out to me on Reddit. They're having me look at a couple of places, so we're getting some traction going. So a really quick recap of today. I had a call with somebody who wanted to start their own business in career coaching. They already had a business, but they wanted to move into group coaching, and we're going to explore more about how we can work together later on next month. They had a lot of things on their schedule at the moment. I talked to Andrew Beach, who was amazing. He gave me so much advice about who I could be targeting, how I could make my offer more appealing. He had a lot of experience in sales and marketing and leadership that he shared with me. And all in all, this is the kind of person I like talking to, because I learn from their insights, I learn from their experience, and I get better at what I do. And I just shut up and listen to what they have to say. This is why I enjoy doing these calls so much. And lastly, I think this is something everyone here is going to be interested. I got my fourth client to the door today, and they're very interested in helping other men in improving their habits, quitting some bad habits. They had an amazing story about their own journey, and I'm going to be helping them launch their business starting next week. So I'm just going to onboard them now, send them the documents, get them on my group coaching program, and then go from there. So all in all, it's been a much better day compared to yesterday. We have officially passed the 10K mark as well on day 19. So it took 19 days from scratch, and you can see this in the vlog series, to get the first 10K, or at least to pass the first 10K. We're just a little bit over that at about 12.8-ish. I have some in my PayPal, some in my Square, some in my e-transfer, so I'll have to add them up and see what they come up to. But off to a pretty good start. And again, this is still really early. It's really early. I usually spend the first 30 to 45 days just building up my pipeline. It's very, very early. All you have to do is just go into the market and tell people what you're doing. I want to quote Andrew really quickly. He said something really interesting to me that I think is worth mentioning. He said, if you generate, you won't have to tolerate. I love that. He also made a book recommendation called The Go-Giver. I'm excited to go check that out and add it to my collection of books in the back there that I'm going to read sometime this year. So all in all, fantastic day. See you tomorrow.